So I know manifesting can get complicated. So I wanted to break this down in terms of a daily recipe that you could use to get you that much closer to attracting your desires and becoming a powerful master manifester. I'm going to use an example from my own life where I went from my previous job, the last job I ever worked, to making my first $10,000 in a day. And, from there having a 5-figure a month business, right? This is before I ever jumped on TikTok, and I'm going to show exactly how I did it and how you can do it. Okay. So this is you right now in the present moment. This is you, right? Let's say you're happy, you're go-lucky, you're peaceful, whatever it is. Point being, you're not where you want to be, or you haven't manifested what you truly desire yet. And so I want you to understand that, there is this is not the ultimate goal. This is not the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to be the person that gets this thing, to be in the stream, right? The stream, the frequency is what they call, right? Of the person who gets these things, because these things, right? These houses, these cars, these clothes, the love, the relationships that this person gets, they're nuggets. They're little nuggets along the way in the stream of this frequency, in the stream of this person. Okay, this person is in the stream of their own, but it's a little more dense. It takes them a little longer to manifest what they want, or they manifest a lot of chaoticness, depending on what they're feeling on the inside, okay? What I have observed from helping at this point, thousands of people with this process, being around very highly successful people, is they have certain traits that are common denominators. And so the recipe that we've designed and that I designed here through Deep Mind Programming is to help you activate all these things. But first and foremost, people think manifestation is magic. I mean, really, there's a lot of action to it. It's just an action coming from a different place, and energy coming from a different place. But this person right here has a high level of self-worth, meaning they feel like they are worthy of their desires. How do you know someone feels worthy of their desires? I mean, they go take the action necessary. They don't obsess over it. You know you're worthy of a cold glass of water. You don't obsess over that. You don't obsess over it. You're cool, calm, and collected about it. You might think about it sometimes. That doesn't mean you don't ever think about it, because you clearly do thinking about drinking water, but you don't obsess over it as if you won't have it. And there's a fine line between that. This person has a high level of faith that it will come to them in the way it's supposed to, when it's supposed to, okay? And that it's waiting for them to take it. So people will say, hey, why don't you have $1 billion yet? Or why haven't you been able to manifest this, that, the third yet? Well, number one, you don't know what my desires are. But number two, I have faith that things that are happening for me, how they're supposed to happen for me, when they're supposed to happen for me, and that they are happening for me. So this person has a high degree of faith. Number three, they have an extraordinary sense of self-belief. Extraordinary sense of self-belief, meaning they know that they are the person in the stream before they ever have to see the $10,000. Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, they knew they were champions before they ever became champion. That is self-belief. And the person who has a high degree of self-worth, a high degree of faith, a high degree of self-belief takes massive action. Never once did I say you can sit on the couch and manifest your desires. But effortless action, right, means you're on your divine path, right? You're doing things that actually energize you, which bring you closer to this person, right? And this person tends to rely very highly on their intuition, which is located in the gut, right? The sacral right here. Versus this person tends to use a logical mind, which is full of doubt, worry, anxiety, tries to plan strategically, okay? And now you can do all of these things, you will become this person, meaning you can become this person right now. And you can also self-sabotage and go back to what you're familiar with and end up being the old version of you once again. It's that easy. It's that easy to become this person. It's that easy to go back to who you were, meaning that all of this takes a sense of self-discipline and recommitment to the vision and to who you want to be, the best version of yourself. Why manifestation can get complicated if you let yourself, get too caught up with it is because sometimes you may have, 4 out of 5 of these things, but you're missing one. Sometimes you don't know which one you're missing. Sometimes you're missing 2 or 3. Right? Sometimes you have all of them, but you're just not letting the universe do it how it's supposed to be done or when it's supposed to be done. So, all of these things matter. Now, let's talk about how to tackle all of these things in one go. This is Deep Mind Programming. This is what I help people with. This is my personal recipe, okay? I originally started studying under one of the best meditation instructors in the world. This is when I learned deep meditation. What deep meditation does is it separates you from your thoughts and allows you to analyze and look at your thoughts and decide if they are worth keeping. Decide if they are self-serving. Decide, helping you take a bird's eye view of what your self-beliefs are, what you think about yourself and how you move through the world, okay? So that you can course correct and re-narrate who you are in this space. Hypnosis. Every morning when I get up, every evening when I go to bed. I started by using hypnosis audios that are available on YouTube. Now I make my own. I put these out once a day, every day. These are my deep mind programming audios. Go listen to them daily. Visualization. Spend at least 5 minutes just sitting down, visualizing yourself as this person. What do they do every day? How do they start their days? What does their house look like? How do they feel? How does it feel once you've manifested your desires? All of those things, you've probably heard them before, but that is so important. Why? Because you're acclimating your body chemistry to become this person. You're acclimating yourself in your brain, your subconscious programming, your deep mind programming to this person. You'll start to think how they think. You'll start to feel how they feel, smell what they smell, speak how they speak, become who they become. You'll start to walk differently, dress differently, right? A small example is when people visualize a clean room. What happens? There's a disconnect now between you and your dirty room, so you go and clean it, right? Scripting. This is so powerful. This is when I say your words are spells. Half of that is affirmations. Half of that is scripting, right? I made 10K today, right? I make 10K per month. All these in the present tense, right? I make $10,000 a month. I make absorbent amounts of money. Again, you don't have to have this be done right now in your current reality, but you are shifting your deep mind into your desired reality. And that's what this is about, because the deep mind, the intuition, exists beyond time and space. And last but not least, the mind-body connection, right? This is popularized by Tony Robbins, but we go even deeper when it comes to deep mind programming. Every morning, right? Every morning, I stand in a winner's pose. Imagine my arms up like this. I stand and close my eyes in a winner's pose while I am visualizing, while I'm hypnotizing myself, while I'm telling myself these things in my head and out loud. I'm in a winner's pose. And what happens? 30 days later, I make $10,000 in one day. 30 days later, I have a 5-figure business. I've tripled my income, right? 1 week I restarted this TikTok account. In 1 week, I had my first 10,000 followers. Everything I'm doing right now is live proof that this stuff works, right? The mind-body connection also means that you need to keep your gut clean. Why? Because your gut is the source of your intuition. Your intuitive signals happen in the gut, right here. And you cannot hear yourself, your highest version of yourself, who is telling you what the shortest path looks like, if your gut is stuffed with processed foods, for one example. Okay, so this is my daily recipe. I go through this all, every day. I start the meditation, hypnosis, visualization. Before I go to, once I wake up, before I go to bed, I'm casting spells on myself. I'm hypnotizing myself by saying these things in my head throughout the entire day. I'm always walking around my house, in a winner's pose. I'm always celebrating. I'm always saying thank you. One of the most powerful spells, affirmations in the world, one of the most powerful scripts in the world is thank you. Why? Because your brain will look for more reasons to say thank you, right? And what will happen? You'll start to manifest the things you so truly desire. And the more you manifest, the more confidence you get in that fact you are a powerful manifestor. You were born a powerful manifestor. You were born to be successful, but somewhere along the way you lost it. So all these things are not about looking for the answers, right? Looking for things outside of you. It's more about remembering who you are. You are a powerful manifestor. You were born to be successful. Now let's get started with the deep mind programming. Follow me for more. Hope that helps.